we look for graduates to be officers. So it's an officer entry scheme, effectively. That's our graduate scheme in the British Army. That's not to say that every graduate is necessarily going to be an officer, but we certainly try and use graduate skills and experience and what they've gained at university to go into the officer world and become leaders of the future. So it's becoming an officer, and it's effectively being a leader of men and women in the army. Effectively, you're the commander, you're the person in charge, and your job is to plan, to execute the plan, and to make sure that the troops that you're in charge of can do the job that they need to do, so they're equipped, they're trained, they're competent, etc., etc. So our values and standards would be considered to be higher than a lot of civilian organisations, and there's good reason for that, because ultimately we bear arms. Okay, so I'll pick one. So selfless commitment is one of the ones that we look at. When we talk about selfless commitment, because we're developing leaders, because we're putting people into potentially incredibly dangerous scenarios, we're looking for people to lead with that utter commitment to the guys that they're leading, the guys and girls that they're leading, so that they will put those people first before their own interests, to make sure that they're leading them properly, to make sure that they're not leading them down effectively, a nasty situation. And that's effectively selfless commitment to me. That's what it means to me, is ensuring that the commitment I give to the job, to the army, to effectively to Her Majesty's government, to the Queen, and also to the guys that I'm leading, to make sure that I've got their best interests at heart. And that's just one of our values and standards that we look at. You've got to be fit, you've got to be healthy. Sports people are normally quite good, so we look at people who are involved in sports, be it individual or team sports. So, we look for people who have got that active lifestyle, because you've got to be physically robust in the army. We also look for people who display a certain talent for leadership. So you've got to be confident, you've got to be particularly good at sort of general knowledge, you've got to know, a good amount about just everything really, just to show that little bit of knowledge about the world. And yeah, it's really important that leadership side comes out as well. We've got to see that confidence, we've got to see that leadership. If we see someone who's quiet, straight away we're going to worry and we're going to think they're not probably right for us. But if the same person comes in and just shows a bit of enthusiasm and a bit of confidence, then straight away we start to see a spark that we like, and we can see potential for leadership in the future. To stand out, you've just got to have that extra little bit of something, that little bit of confidence that we can grasp and that we can take and say, yeah, that person has the potential to be a leader in the future.